can
Walk
walk
out
the
when he
fuck
said
on
niggas a
out.
blue ball.
Yep.
But what quality should a leader possess?
Yeah, what quality should a leader possess?
Ladies.
Ladies, Aisha?
Most of the time, I lead a lot of things as far as what my husband and I think, because there's certain things that my husband is incapable of doing.
Like,
If the middle child, she allergic to everything. She allergic to roaches and she allergic to
Okay,
cats
okay.
and dog, like literally everything.
Mhm.
So once a year she get real messed up, and last year was like 14 hours in the emergency room.
wow.
He can't stomach holding her down because of course she's a little girl, she's scared.
Yeah.
She needs, breath, the breathing treatment.
Right,
She
yeah.
need, cause she dehydrated. So he just feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall out, But this is the same person that when I do give birth, he right there leading me. Come on, you can do it. Breathe. You can do this. I mean, he all in there looking and videotaping it. And that's
Let me ask
crazy.
you this: do you emasculate him because he can't hold his girl down? Do you make him feel like less than a man?
No, I feel like she need doctor treatment, and if he can't do it, I'ma do it so she can get this help she need, cause she can't breathe, she dehydrated. I don't have no power to fix none of that, So if I have to help the doctors and the nurses hold her down, that's fine. Because when it's all said and done, we a team and we work together. Because she not gonna want me when she wake up from that Tylenol. She gonna want her daddy. She not gonna want mommy. And we all automatically assume that women are supposed to play this nurturing, role all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just.
But in your equation, though, you did play the nurturing
Nurturing
role.
role. You did.
Like with getting the kid back on his feet, seeing about the medical treatment, that falls under the umbrella of nurture.
I'll give you another example.
Which is kind of why he might not have the comfort level of dealing with it, because men aren't really taught to nurture. We taught to go kill a spider, go beat up some
But
shit,
he-
go
I
lift
told
this
y'all
heavy
he not
bridge.
this-
and stuff.
He's not that kind of person. He's always out of it, him and his brother. So he always been that emotional. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. Like if we having a discussion, he gonna stop whatever the problem is. And right now, you are disrespecting me. And in the past, I can say, I'm not disrespecting you.
Hold on, that was reason my hold on, let me.
How you gonna
let
tell
me
me?
shake that in real quick. Let me let that
How
sit.
you gonna tell me
You right there,
that
man?
I'm not being disrespected? And that's true when you sit and think about it, because if whatever it is, the way it's coming out, the tone of it, whatever it is, it needs to change so we can fix the problem. Because right now, this is the problem. What we was talking about is no longer the problem. This the same thing with when the 3-year-old broke his thigh bone and was in a body cast. I was not the nurturing one. Because I heard daddy out there tell him 5 times, DJ, stop running. Because I told him he the talker. Let that have been me. DJ, you need to quit before you fuck yourself up real quick. You better stop.
Right.
And he gonna stop immediately. Daddy gonna let him be that boy. So when he carried him in, it was this look on his face like Puss in Boots. He wouldn't get up. To find out that he got to be in a body cast for 2 months.
So you got you an outlier. You got you a man he's a man, but he has certain qualities that most men want to exemplify. But you happen to link up, and y'all was a perfect match.
Oh yeah.
Now imagine
Oh, yeah.
the type of females, these ratchet females who rah, they would never be receptive to that. That relationship would be doomed from the start.
Yeah.
But
be
the
a
fact that
pussy, right?
he would be, right?
He
Yeah.
would be a pussy, right?
He would, yeah.
Yeah, that's how his first marriage was.
Yes.
It lasted 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even have a military career because you come home to $7,000 worth of Miss Cleo bills after you've been deployed in Bosnia. This is what you come home to. You don't come home to a loving, receptive, understanding, compassionate, empathetic person, human wife. You come home to a man, person that went down the hole, then followed the rabbit. And she crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is what you come home to. So in turn, what does it do? It drive him crazy and make him say, I can't do this. I need to do something else.
Yeah.
So he's always been this emotional person who in turn taught me to be more compassionate. More, because I'm one of the people, like, if you got a baby, can't feed it, you better go milk the cow, I can't help you. I'm definitely one of those people. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got diapers? Well, better cut up that curtain.
So you said y'all share leadership.
Most definitely.
So what qualities do y'all trade off on?
Well, sometimes you have to be ruthless, you know, as a leader. You know, sometimes you definitely have to make
Yeah,
make tough
decisions
decisions.
that you don't want to make, you know. So we have a 14-year-old that want to go out and he want to do this because he's a different kid. He's not the dreadhead Keith Chief. He's the,
Right.
oh, I want to get a new DNA kit, or I want to go to Magic Camp this year. You know, that's the type of kid he is, because that's the type of man his father is, you know. So when it comes to something that he might need, I have to be ruthless on it. Well, this week such and such happened, so hey, I don't think we gonna be sending you
And now
to
your husband
Magic
allows you
Camp.
to do that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. If it's something like if I know that I don't really want to do something, then I say go ask your dad.
You know what the number one thing a leader needs is a follower.
Yeah, we
Can't
have to
lead,
follow.
you
We
can't
have to follow each other definitely sometime, you know. But we can't be the blind leading the blind either.
That's true.
You know, we can't be the blind leading the blind. That's just it's crazy. Just like I know exactly what y'all mean. Me and him went to Walt Disney World for our last year for our anniversary, and I thought that you know how black folks is. You pay all this money for tickets, you stay until it closed. That wasn't the case. You know, by 6 o'clock, I was chafing. I didn't wore the wrong type of outfit to Disney World. I'm hot. I don't want to spend no more money on food. I don't want to spend no more money, period. Now, when we got off the shuttle, the man said he's going to come back at 6 and he's going to come back at 10. So at 5:20, I see this crazy looking Aladdin world and I want to go into it. Ooh, let's do it. My husband, the sensible, the logical one, he said, well, babe, you know, you just had a little attitude. Maybe we should leave because you know it's going to take 30 minutes for us to get out of Disney World, get on all this stuff to get to where we got to go, right? No, we can do it. We can do it. Okay, so we get on the ride and we do it. And now it's 5:47. So now we running. But me, I'm stopping and asking everybody. Excuse me, anybody that got the emblem on their shirt, I'm asking directions. Excuse me, how you get to the monorail? Now, he attempted to lead, but he's the type of person that's not going to make you drink the water if he leads you to the lake.
Okay.
He said one time, I see the Magic Kingdom. He's telling me I see the castle. Bitch, walk to the castle. You know what I said? He said one time, but I wasn't receptive to any of that. I'm panicking now because, oh my God, 6 o'clock almost, even though he done said already, we shouldn't even do this, let's go. So we get there at 6:07 and I'm looking at the shuttle dust, just go, you know. Now I'm just, you know, because this African right here want to charge me $50 to get on his shuttle. So now I have to be receptive to that. I have to do exactly that because I didn't follow the leader like I should have in the first place.
I mean, you started this tale. You said he was logical.
Yeah,
He's logical.
he's way more. You know, I'm very impulsive all the time with what I do. So with that being said, you know, it was an impulse to even go to Disney World. We was right by Universal Studios. That's what we were supposed to go. No, I want to go to Disney World. Well, okay, let's do what we gonna, you know, suffice to whatever you want to do. And we do that. You know, that's a man. He's a typical man that wants to make his woman happy, but in the process, I made my own self unhappy. I'm chafing. I'm hot.
I'm glad you said
I made
that.
my own self unhappy.
Can I point out something about you that I'm just hearing, like, common theme in all your stories is where you differ from most women I deal with? You are very self-aware. Like,
Yes.
you
Yes.
are very aware
Yes.
of the
Accountability.
repercussions of your
Yes.
actions, your mindset, you know, everything that come out your mouth verbally, you are aware of it, and you take
Because
accountability.
that was a lose-lose situation you was in. You wouldn't have been mad had you followed his lead.
Most
Right,
definitely.
Because you really
Yeah,
wanted to go
because I
that
wanted
place.
to get on that ride, you know. And this is crazy. You have to have a thumbprint to get in this place, right? I could have simply just went home to the hotel and freshened up. We could have went and ate, and I could have went right back.
Right.
No extra charge or nothing. Just whoop, there you go. We in there. I mean, real logical things. This trip ended up with us taking separate flights, tearing up a hotel room, and calling his, because now it's like he didn't walk away, but it's like he got my phone. He talking to my grandma. I cannot control what she does. She is out of control right now. Do you want to talk to her? That's how calm he talk. But I'm right there like, da-da-da-da-da-da. So now she suggested, hey, won't you tell her she's down there in Florida and they kill females just like they kill Trayvon Martin. So she said that, okay, let me shut up. You know, because by then 4 police cars had pulled up. We was about to get kicked out the place. You know, it's always the logical because I'm just still this. I'm still with the rah, rah, rah.
That's a woman's default, by the way.
So,
It
so
is.
would you say that a logical person makes the better leader?
Most definitely.
Do you agree with that?
No,
So you think an emotional person makes the better leader?
no, I think a person that's well balanced makes makes a better leader. I think that you have to have a passion for whatever you're leading in. That's just me. I feel like what I've seen in the world, I feel like many leaders that I've come in contact with have a passion for what they're doing.
Okay.
And passion comes out of emotion.
True.
You know, I feel like you have to be logical. You have to surround yourself with, you know, magnificent people, greater people. You have to be confident. You have to believe in yourself. And I think that it's a balance. I don't think that a emotional person who is situated directly in emotion can lead,
Right.
or a person who's situated directly in logic can lead. I think it has to be
But that takes
merge.
discipline. That's a real world, what I call a classroom scenario. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, this person
But
has
I've
no
met
qualities.
classroom scenarios, so I don't think
Exactly.
that, I don't
Okay.
think, I'm a
Okay.
passion, I'm a leader. And I'm just as logical as I am emotional. And I lead with no problem. I could go off the rails sometimes, but, I mean, within the context, so I'm not like.
And that's the
you know,
risk.
so
That's the risk.
whatever I think of leadership with regard to what I'm doing now. So I'm a great nursing leader.
Okay.
With regard to relationships, I may not be the best leader. I may err on the side of emotion more than I do on logic. But with regard to what I'm doing, I have a passion for what I'm doing, and I'm sensible about what I'm doing. I
So
know
you
that I
said
cannot.
in a relationship you're not the best leader, right? Is that
No,
what you said?
I'm not the best leader, but
So
I
would
do
you
don't
follow,
practice
would
it.
you follow somebody
Because you don't
else?
practice
right,
it.
like I haven't had the amount of conditioning, so to speak. So as a nurse, I've been a nurse since I was 18. So I know nursing like the back of my hand. I've gone through theory, I've gone through clinical practice, so I know nursing.
That's
Now
right,
with
that's right.
relationships, I haven't had that much practice.
Let me ask you this: will nursing bring you total bliss?
No, but I have a passion for the human experience. So whether or not this is an aside, we're gonna get off topic. But
Okay, go ahead.
my
You do that a lot.
yeah, my passion is I have a passion for the human experience. So I mean, the world conditions you to believe that you like need a man, and my friends tell me this all the time, Alicia. If you want that, then want it. But I feel like you can want two things, and I feel like you can be content without having the things that you want. I enjoy going to other countries, meeting other people, I can listen to people talk for hours.
Okay.
And that to me is blissful.
Okay.
And if that's the only thing I do for the rest of my life, I'd be happy.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think happiness comes from within. Like she said, I made myself unhappy. You choose to be unhappy if you don't have a man. You choose to be unhappy if you don't follow your goals. But I've chosen to follow my goals. I choose to go to other countries and meet other people because that's what I love to do.
Isn't the relationship part of the human experience, though?
It could be. And I have relationships. I have great friends. I have great buddies. I have great nursing friends. I have great, non-nursing friends.
So the travel, so you
relationships
can go your
don't-
life without intimacy, an intimate relationship. Is what
And
I'm
that
referring
doesn't
to.
mean I have relationships. I mean, what kind of relationships are you
Are
talking
you
about?
basically saying without sex?
A romantic.
No,
it's a romantic-
Right, 'cause I'm
it's a
talking about
romantic
Sex,
relationship.
Because what-
with a husband, with a man.
Because I guess I'm a little bit stoic in that because I feel like romanticism, I don't believe in that idea, and that's me. I believe that you can get that for a second. Like if
So you
if
say
every
no-
second I just feel like you can get that without the long term.
It's right. Life is like.
You don't have to have a steady relationship to be happy.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. So basically, let's say you go to Paris, right?
Mhm.
So you go to Paris, you meet a dude, you have a little fling, and that's it, and then you're blissfully happy with that for the rest of your life.
Not for the rest of my life.
No, I'm not
So
saying.
you don't
I'm
need a
not
long-term
just. I'm
I
not
don't
saying.
need no long-term
You don't need,
relationship.
so
No.
that's not what you seek, a long-term relationship.
It's not. I feel like and that's not what I'm saying. I don't not accept it. I won't receive it. But if it comes, then that's fine. But if I don't have it, then
But
I think that I can be
But no,
content
I
with
want
that.
what you want, what you desire. You want to be a free spirit, so you don't want to be tied down
You don't
with
be
a
tied down.
relationship.
Okay,
That's
that's
what you're saying.
at least that's
That's
real.
fair,
That's
yeah.
real. That's fair.
So my thing is, don't masquerade then. And when I say masquerade is don't be in a long-term relationship or string a person along in a long-term
Right.
relationship. You know that's not what you want. You want to be free. You want to travel and have.
No, I mean he can do that with me. But that's what I said.
Well,
I
that's
don't.
what I
I don't
just said,
rely
That's
on
what you
the,
said.
what.
No, I would be earlier. I was like, you can't do that with a man. You said you don't need a man to do those
Okay.
things. Like travel.
You don't need
need
him.
him,
You
yeah.
don't. But
She's
you.
right. I
But
get
I'm
what you're
saying. But if he wants to do that with me, I don't.
With your frame of mind, you
I
automatically
think
have a
you feel
filter
like
on
it has to be black or white, and it doesn't. If I meet a guy and he's just as a free spirit and he loves the things that I love, then we can have a long-term relationship. But I'm not gonna sit
What's your
there and
definition
become.
of
Do
a
you love the
relationship?
things
He's
that he
gonna make him a
loves?
course. Yeah, no, he's gonna
Do
make
you
him
love
a
the
course.
things that he loves? All right.
Do I love the things that he
Alright.
loves? I feel like you guys are like
No,
I'm
no,
speaking in like a general. It's not.
No,
These
I
are
feel
the
you. But
okay.
here's what I'm saying is, from your perspective, I'm hearing what you're saying. I took it in.
Mhm.
But a lot of times when earlier we were saying man truth is ugly and it hurts, we don't always give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
give it to me. I'm.
no. I'm just saying. So like, my ideal scenario in my relationship would be me and my girl would have girlfriends. We would have threesomes. I would ultimately like 5 women living in my house. That is
Okay.
honestly
Well,
what the fuck I want.
Hello.
That's.
Now,
That's
but that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? That's the life that I love.
That's a free spirit type of life.
It is.
Not-
But, however, she doesn't love what I love.
Okay.
She loves me, but she doesn't love what I love.
Okay.
So, therefore, my happiness gets sacrificed in this whole equation.
Right.
You follow my train of thought? Like, what I want
But
doesn't
that's
even
your
matter.
choice. You can choose to not sacrifice your happiness. You know that.
I can, but that would involve Xing her out. You understand?
Exactly.
Like, the only way I get what I want is getting rid of her.
But then it's about what you want to compromise in life. I don't want to compromise that part of me. I love to travel. I love to do
All right, so you personally, where does your compromise come in at?
I guess it would be. I don't know. That's so.
That's something you might want to figure out.
No,
before.
it's so. What do you mean? It's so broad. It's like, what do you mean compromise?
because a lot of-
like,
a
if
lot
he
of-
doesn't want to travel, of course we're not.
Exactly.
I know what I'm not going to settle for, but with
You
regard
need
to
to know your
compromise,
non-negotiables and your compromise.
but my non-negotiables are that. That's what I'm telling
What are
you.
your non-negotiables again?
My non-negotiables, are you willing to travel? Are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to just be supportive?
So if your man came and was like, all right, cool, let's travel. We can go across the globe. My non-negotiable is orgy Saturday. We got to be doing that every weekend. Like,
Well, then we don't belong
is
together.
the balance
Then we
there? Is
won't
it trade-off?
We wouldn't match then, and then that would be
Do you look at that? So, do you look at that as being selfish?
what, that he doesn't want to
no.
compromise having 5 women?
That you don't want to compromise.
Right.
Because he said, listen.
I don't think it's selfish,
No,
but
listen,
it's okay for him to have that.
No, listen. He said he's going to compromise. He says, okay, it wasn't in my original plan to want to travel, but you want to travel? Hey, let's do it. I'm down for it. You want to do it? You quarterbacking it? I'm following you, right?
I'm stepping outside my comfort zone.
Now
for
he
you.
says, I need you to do this, whatever that is,
But I thought-
and that may not be in your comfort
Comfort
zone.
zone. But I'm asking the
Well, I'm
same thing
asking
to you.
you.
But
you
I
said-
thought we said earlier that we weren't going to throw things in each other's face. If you compromise that for me, then that should have been it. Why do I have to
To do something in
like for you
return,
to
like
do
that's
something
all
nice
it's
to
a
me?
bar.
This
It's a
is not a
difference.
barter.
No,
It's
in
a-
a
no,
perfect
it's not
world-
a
in a
difference.
perfect world, we can
Because
see
you just
kumbaya.
told me you agreed with her when she said we don't have to throw things in
But
people's
she
face. That's throwing
compromises.
it in my face.
She compromised.
And that's fine.
He compromised.
And that's fine, but do
Because
something
with-
No,
more.
I'm saying is
Because-
one person has a
Because here's the
compromise.
thing
and
about
it's-
that. Now let's throw logic into
Go
it.
ahead,
Now.
please.
Because if we're compromising, so you're saying let's have 5 women. So say I compromise and say let's do 5 women. Now we're
Then we be
exposed.
happy.
Then we're exposed. Now we've opened ourselves up to a lot of emotional collateral damage. Because what if one of them fall in love with you?
They are.
What,
They're
what
a
if one of
lovable
them
person.
has HIV? What if one of them is fucking 50 other women?
What if
other
we
men?
travel when the plane crashes? What if
Right,
it happens?
right,
right. What we
If-
talking
about?
Do it.
Whoa.
That doesn't matter.
You don't get to disregard if the plane
No,
crash. That doesn't
no,
matter.
that's
That's not what we're
fine.
talking
I didn't
about.
say that
Because
didn't matter.
The plane can crash
But
just
I'm
as
just
easily as
saying,
one of my
but
bitches got AIDS.
We,
You know what I'm saying?
but we've got all of these these
die
factors
either
now. We've got all these factors
Yeah,
now.
but what
you shouldn't throw that
But
in
what
my
you
face.
just did
You
was you
shouldn't throw that in my
disqualified a
face.
factor on your end. Like the plane
Well,
crash
do
don't
something
matter.
else then, 'cause
But
that ain't something
you went on my end. It was like, what if he got AIDS? What if he got this? What if this
No,
happened?
I didn't say that.
Because you made my
I
point-
just
you
brought
made-
that up as an
You made my things
because-
relative, and you made yours irrelevant.
No, I didn't. I didn't make yours
You
irrelevant.
just did.
No, I
You
didn't.
just did.
I said don't throw it in my face.
No,
But you just
no.
did the
See,
same
now you
thing.
flipped. You rewinded back 30 seconds into the
Wait,
conversation.
hold on. We go.
Let's rewind it back all the way to the first thing. What we said is that you're gonna learn from him. and he's
I was just
gonna
about
learn from
to
you.
say.
Okay. So what's happening is that you're not letting him talk.
No, it's not. She's letting him talk. You're not taking it in.
You're not taking
You're not taking it in.
Okay,
She's
so
not
I
hearing
don't
herself.
agree, but why can't we agree to disagree? Why do I have to take it in and agree with
that's
that? I just
You
don't
don't
agree.
have to agree, but take it
Well,
in.
take it
I'm
in.
first.
taking it in. I got it. You don't think I got it?
I mean, and I understand I
You don't think
understand
I-
where she's
I
coming
understand what
from.
you're saying.
Explain where she's coming from.
Logically,
No, she doesn't have to explain.
She
I feel like I
explained
explained it
very
very well. And I
Yeah.
feel like you're not receiving what I'm saying.
I
So
am.
at the same token, why does she have to explain it then?
Because I want her to explain.
What
Do you not understand it? I just want to know.
it's
Hold on.
not everything is
not-
about not the people in this room. It's
Right.
other people listening to
To
this.
this thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
So
just
we
want to
want
know
them
if
to-
she didn't.
We want them to
It's
understand
for
too.
it's for the world.
Oh, okay, so they may
It's
not
not
understand it too.
It's not
Yeah, they
personal.
might not understand what you're saying, so she might have to
Oh,
break
okay.
down what you're saying.
I looked at basically what she
Stand
was
up.
saying is that why do I have to have this like trade-off thing going with you? If you do this for me, then why I have to do this for you?
Because that's what
I'm
really
glad
relationship
you
boils
said
down
that.
to.
In
Yeah.
reality, relationships are already like that. The world is ran like that. You know what I'm saying? You have great nursing experience. Well, guess what? That crackhead that needs to be resuscitated, hopefully he'll come into that person with those great nursing skills because, hey, he needs you. You know what I'm saying? Just like, guess what? You wouldn't have no job if people didn't get sick.
That's true.
If they wasn't out here fucked up on drugs, you wouldn't even have no work. And it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You use sickness to get through the world. You know what I'm saying? And we all use each other. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. But at the same token, I would love to live in a world where everybody loves unconditionally. But the flip side of that is if I love unconditionally, and you're supposed to love unconditionally too. Because then you get into this deficit where I'm always giving, you always taking. It's not right.
And
It's
it's
just like in the
Yes.
Bible. I'm trying to stick away from spirituality, but a lot of females that are Christians like to quote the Bible. Then you throw some Bible, and I'm like, yeah, why submit to your husband? I don't believe that part.
Hold on.
Right.
I want to take away from that. So
Are you women Christian? Are you Christian?
No, I'm
submit to your husband, and they don't
Okay,
believe that
okay.
part.
My husband
They
is
believe
Christian.
everything else.
They wanna believe
I
everything.
raised with Christian values.
Yes, okay.
I'm in limbo right
You should've
now.
brought
I
sex
got a
in
lot
there.
on my mind.
I am too. I think we all are.
But anyway, all I'm saying is that, you know, they say, I shouldn't have to do anything for you to do for me. True. But if you love me, you should want to do
Vice
for me
versa.
too. You know what I'm saying? Why is it a tick for tack? It shouldn't be. You're like, baby, I'm willing to sacrifice this for you. You're like, baby, I'm willing to sacrifice this for you. Why you gonna be, no, I don't want to do that. No.
If a man sacrifices something for you,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel the need to be inclined to sacrifice something for him, or just he just did something nice for me? I
It
thank
should
you.
be
I appreciate it.
obligation in the relationship. That's what you're saying to me. Sound like obligation.
No, no,
No.
no. I'm asking. I said you say I want you to rub my back every night, and I rub your back, and you feel good. You're like, oh my God. Do you feel the need? Not. Do you just feel the need to give me something that I want? To say, what do you want in return?
I don't feel the need, but I mean,
It
my
makes you
relationship already is like that. Like, okay, I'm a simple person. My husband know that every month I need a brand new issue of the Walking Dead comic book. Literally, I need one every month. Or just recently, a new Resident Evil game came out. I needed paid for 2 months before it go on the shelf. I need him there at 12:01 when they had a release party so he can get my copy because I'm thirsty and I'm ready to play it. Do he want to get up at 12 o'clock and do that? But no, he compromised because he don't want his wife out there because I'm thirsty. No
But
different
do
from
you do
Star
something,
Wars.
man, all right?
Most definitely because
That's all I'm saying.
Star Wars coming out in December. I'm gonna have to stand outside probably almost 2 days. I had to do that when the Sith with the red, right? You
2
know,
days?
Oh yeah. We talking about a person that throw on a Jedi costume and think he Obi-Wan Kenobi for real, so it means something to him. You know what I'm saying? So
See,
I have to stand out
It was
there.
vilified when you said you feel obliged, but it shouldn't be vilified. You should want to do something like, man,
Most
take care of me,
definitely.
so don't
It make me
vilify
feel
it.
good to know that I
Right.
sat out there 2
When I
days
propose
and got this.
Obligation
propose-
isn't necessarily a bad thing. It comes with a negative connotation, but my girl, I feel obligated to her. You know what I'm saying? I feel obligated to take care of her. I feel obligated to walk out the house and be the best I can be, not just in life, but in my relationship.
Yeah.
Because I'm accountable to her. You know what I'm saying? So the issue I kind of had with what she was saying was I felt like, and this might not be what she was saying, but this is what I felt like she was saying. It's her default mechanism when it comes to conflict is I can get rid of you. When I was boiling down what she was saying, that's what I took from it was
Oh,
if
that is what it is.
if we have a conflict
Oh,
and
we're not supposed to be
it goes against what I want to do. Hold on.
I just observed. I saw the ad jump like
If it goes against what I want to do and my personal observance of the world, the solution is we get rid of each other. I'm like, where's the compromise in that? That's why I kind of questioned what you were saying. a
Because
little bit.
everything that you said can be checked. You know, all of us can go to the doctor and get a background.
Exactly.
That can all be checked. So I don't really care who she having sex with at one point, long as it don't negatively bleed into mine. But
we can
she
do regular
did.
testing. You know what I'm
She
saying?
brought
Once a
up
month.
something that's more important than that. She
What?
brought up the emotional turmoil.
I got a solution
Yeah.
for that though.
Please,
I do.
y'all gonna be Mormons?
No, I'm the emotional head of my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are emotional creatures. So it is my job to focus that emotion in a way where it's not destructive. So if I got multiple women, I gotta be prepared to manage the emotions of multiple women. So if that other woman fall in love with me, I would tell my woman, that's not your concern. Let me worry about it. Don't take that as a direct threat to you. I know what your space is. I know what you need. I know what you gotta be. So I will keep her in her place. Don't you worry about that. And you gotta trust me to do that.
I feel you,
Tabernacle.
but I'm not riding that copy ride.
So where's the trust? Where's
If I let
the
you
trust?
quarterback this trip, I don't know where I'm going. I'm trusting you to get
I'm
us
gonna
where
get
we
us
need to go.
there.
We gonna see all the architects. We gonna do what you want to do. So trust me to handle mine. See, it's trust. When you relinquish power, you trust in the person. Have
You
your
trust
best
me that
interests
I can
and
keep
handle
this
the
setup
situation.
under control.
So that's your limit. It's cool, but
If I ask you to set up and this shit go sideways,
No,
it
like
fall on
to
me.
disregard is like just total disrespect. To disregard anybody feeling, to me, I was brought up already that respect is something that's given. It's not earned like a prize or a carnival toy. You know, it's something that you're supposed to just give. Because at one point in time, a person thought because of the color of our skin that we didn't deserve respect, and that's crazy to me. So in the same breath, I'm gonna give you respect because you're a human. You walk in the image of God,
Church.
right? That's why that's the
Yeah,
boat
see,
I'm coming from.
Respect don't necessarily tie into status. You know what I'm saying?
Of course it don't.
Like I can respect you, like in the scenario I laid out. If I had 5 women, and like my number 3 is just head over heels in love with me, and my number 1 has a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
My life.
I can respect my number 3's feelings. You know what I'm saying? I would ask my number 1 to respect my number 3's feelings, but I don't have to necessarily give my number 3 the same value in the scenario as my number 1.
I mean, you definitely should look into going to Utah and practicing polygamy.
No.
That's the only way
I
that
totally
this
disagree with that
scenario-
because I don't want to
scenario
have to do it based on religion. I don't want to have to do it based
I don't
on
think
some
they do either. I think they do it.
That makes
No, I think they do
Yeah.
that.
I want
I think
to
they
do it because that's the way I think men should live.
no, I think they do it based
Right, and
based
these are
off of
just
that
European values that
Yeah.
these everyone
It's
has
Western
taken
civilization.
over.
Quick question.
It's not really how we're supposed to
Is it an
live.
equal amount of men and women?
Say it again. Hold on. Say it again. What you say?
Is it an equal amount of men and women?
No,
It's
No.
more women than men, right?
I would say it's more women than men.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I mean,
So
you see that
mathematically,
to be fair,
this is what I always say. If every man practiced monogamy, like let's just say in this country it's like 5 women for every 1 man. If every man practiced monogamy, 80% of women would go without.
Exactly.
I,
We feel
I understand what y'all. I mean, for the first 5 years of our marriage, it was open.
It was.
We was
not talking about you. You
swingers.
special. You wonderful.
No, I mean, but
You
like
were
she,
there.
like she, everything that she said, that became. I mean, it became tyrant on the psyche. I got to check this bitch every time I want to go down on
You
her.
should.
I got to send her to the doctor. Every time my husband want to do, we got to go through this process to the point where we had all the fun. Now we good. You know,
Okay.
we great.
But you scratched that itch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
I
I highly
think
doubt
because
I
he
would
wanted
want
to
my
too.
situation forever, but I do want to live the stretch of my life
Of
like
course.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Hold on, come on, country.
So what it sounds like to me is that when you choose a mate, you choose someone that has the same ideas that you have. That's what it sounds like. All this
Well, that's
talk
not
is supposed to be-
necessarily.
Or at least are receptive.
Simple,
Yeah,
right.
not
There you
necessarily.
go.
So this is what it sounds like to me. I'm sitting there and I'm listening, trying to bring all this in. It sounds like what you're saying is that if I want to travel, and I'm the type of person that want to travel, I need a man that wants to travel too. I don't need a man that wants to start a family. That's what it sounds like she said to me.
True.
Right? If I'm interested in Comic-Con and comic books, you know what I'm saying, I need a man that's interested in that kind of thing or willing to be interested in that. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
finish. Because I'm not going to want to stand out no cold for no damn comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally.
Right.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm not finna do that. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going?
I agree.
with
I
this?
mean, I agree with.
So
like, I
do we-
understand what you're saying.
Do we have to?
The thing is, you have to.
Where does cooperation and you know what I'm saying the point of wanting to be with somebody meet in the middle?
That's a good one.
Can I say something more about what you just said?
Yeah.
Let's go to something I said on Facebook a while ago. When I said when you deal with somebody, like when you have a serious relationship with somebody, and when we was having a conversation, like, should you hold on for like 85 or 90%? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, right.
And I said, whoever you deal with is going to be 90% of what you want. Because when you walk out your house, you're attracted to certain things.
Yeah.
You got certain
You attract
values.
what you are.
Yeah. So just by having that natural attraction to that person, they're going to be close to your ideal. But I think people stop short of waiting for their ideal. Like, you should wait until you find somebody that is appropriately synced up with you. And I think a lot of times, a lot of our conflict happens because we settle for close enough.
So that's how you end up being a baby mama.
True. Well, a lot of times that's what happens.
But you
Back into 3 moves ahead, back to the chess thing. When that pawn gets to the other end, we usually promote them to queens. And when I said the other day, we shouldn't promote them to queens. Maybe they should be promoted to bishops or rooks or knights, right?
Right. I agree wholeheartedly because every woman I know thinks she's supposed to be a main chick, but every chick ain't supposed to be main chicks.
Exactly.
Like you might have a side chick skill set.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have a mistress
I felt
skill
the
set.
feminist
Yeah, I
shit
felt it.
I felt it too.
Every woman
No,
is not
because-
supposed to be a main chick. That is a responsibility. That comes
It's
with
certain
a job
tools you
description.
need that a lot of females nowadays
Don't have.
by choice too. You know,
It's not even about them not having those tools. Are they going to be receptive to gaining those tools? Will they?
You know what I had to shit tell me that I
So
was
hold
dealing
on,
with?
let me. So if you don't meet a woman who's on the same page as you, right? Don't want to travel, don't want to. So then you would have to. She would have to be willing to step down and be
No.
the person that.
She should work with you and try to coach and try to get you to see her point of view or what have you. So you see her point of view, y'all meet somewhere in the middle. Let's say you're blind and say, okay, cool, I see what you're saying. I didn't look at it that way at first. I'm with that. Let's do it. And then you give her yours. Like, I was thinking about this, that, and the other, yada, yada. What do you think about that? And see how receptive she is to that. And she should be equally receptive to you as you are to her.
my thing is, at the end of the day, you have to communicate early on in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be truthful.
Yeah.
Like you said, you the nigga, I'm not standing outside for comic books. But if you mislead her and let her think that, of course you're gonna have fucking conflict later on. So be honest,
I think-
then she can keep it moving to find, if that's important to her, like I need a man to do this for me. Your question is answered right there and there.
I mean, but
A lot.
it's not even that. It's not even that. Like, I work 12-hour shifts. I work 14-hour shifts. So I wish I had the luxury of going in the comic book store and taking my time and seeing what else Robert Kirkman doing or what this person doing, but I don't have that luxury to do that. But my husband got 3 kids that's learning how to read and they love comic book stores and things like that. So exactly, it become a whole nother compromise. You know what I'm saying?
Kill two
Because
birds, one stone.
exactly,
You adapted to
and you adapt to it. I'm not into Star Wars. I could give 2 shits about Darth Vader and Luke and all of that, but it means something to him. So if I gotta stand outside for Phantom Menace tickets for 2 days and be funky and all of that, I do not want to do that, but
You would.
I would though, and I have done it.
Yeah.
You know, just to see the priceless expression later when I had them 3 tickets. Hey, this for you and 2 or whoever you want to take. You know,
That's beautiful.
that
And like you
that's
said,
what
how
it's
can
about at
you
the end
predict
of the day.
everything before?
So,
You can't.
so,
But
so,
you gotta be willing to walk away from it if it's enough. If you can't compromise on it, I don't give a fuck if you was together 1 minute or 100 years.
Yep.
If it's a non-compromise, because you're gonna be miserable. And
So-
one person miserable.
so
both of them.
basically, the answer to this is when you enter a relationship, it's not about you anymore.
It's about us.
Yeah.
It's not no
Because that's what I'm getting from all this is that it's not about you no more. You got to give yourself up for the success
Exactly.
of
Yeah,
us.
to work, you have to.
Yeah,
For it
for it to work.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot of situations though where like I talk to a lot of married dudes and it's like the old Chris Rock joke. It's like they go in the mirror, look themselves in the mirror, go, fuck you, fuck your hopes, fuck your dreams, fuck everything you wanted this life to bring you, and let's get out here and make this bitch happy. And that's a lot of the mentality. I ain't
Happy
gonna say every
wife,
dude.
happy wife,
Right.
happy
But
wife.
Happy life.
I don't believe-
Bullshit.
I don't believe
Always
that
say
shit.
that.
Bullshit.
That shows you
But-
that propaganda.
But it is
Yeah.
because guess what? As humans, especially in the Western society, everything gotta be something. It has to be in a category. It has to have a label on it, right? So my husband and I choose to not conform. Like, we don't wear wedding rings. I'm not gonna wear a wedding ring because Western society tells me that this ring represents my union, and it
Church.
bullshit.
Church.
It don't represent who we are
You
as
define your
people.
relationship.
You know that he just a Christian and I'm a Catholic. Look at that. It's people that cannot even get past religion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
We totally believe 2 different things. Here I am, I worship the Mother Mary, the actual person that birthed Jesus in the world. And Christians, they look at it something totally different. They're more receptive to him dying on the cross. You feel what I'm saying? And being sacrificed for the sins of man. I'm more concerned about the bitch that birthed him in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I adapt to this, but it's not that I disrespect with my husband and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? He go to Saturday mass sometime, and I go and sit in church. You know what I'm saying? And the end part of it is us sitting back and enjoying what we learn from each other. Like, why them niggas holler so
See,
much?
you
when they
read,
in the
you
pool?
read,
Yeah.
because that's not
You know?
a common scenario what you
So
say.
this is something country said a little bit ago. This is what the advice I give people is you have to have your system. Like you gotta know what before you get in a relationship, have your system. Like,
You
how
gotta
you
be
want your
upfront
life
with what you want.
to work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta have some shit plotted out. But the other person gotta have their system too.
Yeah.
And when you decide to be in a relationship with somebody, you gotta look at how does my system fit with their system.
Of course.
Like, what can be compromised and meshed in this corporate merger of 2 lives coming together? Can we coexist? Because does my system clash with yours, or does hers clash with mine, whatever?
It does that a lot. It do that a lot because, like I said, I was just this wild person. While my friends that was getting their life together, I decided I wanted to be a thief. I wanted to be a gangbanger. I wanted to be a killer. I done been shot. Literally. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey,
So it's like you come and you gotta come from out of your own self and see what's
You gotta
going on
give,
So what I'm
around you.
saying is, when you and your husband got together, there was a compatibility level between the way you was living and the way he was living. Maybe
No,
not.
I thought he was a lame
Why did you get with him?
because he thought my feet was pretty.
That's why you got with
Like,
your husband.
seriously.
That shit threw you
It
off.
threw me off.
Yeah.
The niggas be all on your face or your titties or your booty. He
Ass,
threw me
yeah.
all off with, can I paint your toes? It threw
Wait, hold on, tell me. He
What?
came up to you and said, "Can I paint
Paint
your
your
toes?"
toes.
Hey, that's a different one. Hey,
And you
that
said
is-
nigga,
I'm never
please.
gonna use it, but
I'm
that's
never gonna use that.
I didn't say nigga please.
I'm
He
the
said,
opposite
"Paint
of a
these
feet
I
person."
pulled this card and said,
Then
of
you
course
put your
you
feet
can. You know
on
what I'm saying? To see, you know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna test
But this is what
with.
I'm saying, is for y'all that got married, for y'all that progressed, there was some meeting point where y'all could converge at. You know what I'm saying? You weren't 100% incompatible.
I had to stop a lot of the things that I was doing to get there though. This the
No,
we,
no.
we at
In
first
every
we made great
relationship,
friends.
it's gonna be an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to stop some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, you know.
so what I'm saying is, like, minus what you had to stop.
Okay.
There was a compatibility level
Most
that you
definitely.
could find there.
Most definitely.
And-
when you sit back, you find out that you
And
got
what
way
I'm
more
saying
time.
is, you got a lot of people out here trying to come together, and there's no compatibility point.
But at what point do you realize, like, do I need a clone of myself just because I like this? Do you have to like this? I don't
That's
need
a
a
good
clone
one.
next to me.
You don't. But
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need
But you
a
need
clone.
that person's differences to have space to exist that it doesn't conflict with what you got.
Right.
But
You know
it's always supposed to be compromised. Like, I like to travel. My husband don't. I like to go on cruises. My husband do not leave the cruise ship.
But
He
does
take-
he
he
get
bring-
mad when you leave? Does he like
But
get
he
irritated?
he know
or-
that that's my thing
Yeah,
to travel.
yeah.
So he got his
Okay.
PS3. He gonna
Right.
sit right on the boat. You know,
So
I ain't got to go
even in
home.
the compromise, you got your room to exist,
Right.
and he got his room to exist. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You have to be like that because you'll drive the other person totally away from you.
So
If you're
see,
not willing to do
you
that.
say I like to do this is compromise. I like to do this is compromise. So when you say I like to do this, if you compromise, you say no, we can't do that.
Oh, I
can't
definitely
compromise.
have to do it.
That's
Yo,
exactly.
you,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna be give and take.
You
You,
have
can't
to.
play the card like no, you should want to do this.
and I'm talking about with literally with
everything.
everything. You have to
should
want to
give me
try
everything.
literally
You
everything.
should get
want
nothing in
to.
return.
Right.
Love me
You agree with that?
unconditionally.
Love me unconditionally, and I don't have to love you unconditionally.
Yeah, I don't have to love you unconditionally, but love me. Do everything
Right.
for me. I don't do
No.
nothing for you. Don't expect anything.
That's
of me.
madness, though. You know, that's madness.
This
to
is the real
expect
world we
that.
live in.
Exactly. That's
If I
madness.
stop, just it could be at the beginning of the argument, anything, and I start taking stock, like I do this, I open doors, I do this. What does she do for me? And it's nothing. I'm gonna feel a certain type of way about that. And I'm human, you know. Now I know I'm supposed to do all these things just because I'm a nice guy, but in relationship is give and take.
How about just do it because you're a human being? Like, you know, you
Yeah.
open doors because
Just
that's the right
Humans
thing
need
to do.
compassion. Humans need love too.
Most
Humans need to receive
Most
too.
definitely.
Yes,
We were
so-
made that way to,
Yes.
you know, to get
Yes.
that. And if you're not willing to come make me a little happy, why should I overtly just, oh, I'm going to do this
Right.
for you, or I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to make it rain bubble gum and for you,
Mhm.
but you're not willing to rain no Jolly Ranchers for me, I got a problem with that.
I hear you,
I
but
agree.
that's the existence for a lot of men, though. Like,
It's because, like she said, men choose. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men do not logically think with their brains. They think with a whole nother organ.
yeah, no.
Literally.
Whoa.
I say this all the time. Like, the beautiful thing God did for women is He put your hearts, minds, and your vaginas all on the same
together.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our heart, our mind, and our dick is three separate entities that we
separate
wrestle
entities.
with
And
every
they
day.
all three different
Like,
people.
Yeah.
I can think one thing about you, I can feel another thing about you. My dick got its own opinion about you. You know what I'm saying?
With
That's
that being said, we're gonna take a break. Next, we're gonna talk about. Hold on. Next, we're gonna discuss: does the term leader only entail financial status? That's what we're gonna get into next. Let me get my song in. La 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 la.
Doom doom doom.